second preacher, Sunday school preacher, and this is none other than Admission 2208. Yes, can you appreciate God as we welcome this wonderful preacher in the name of Jesus? Thank you.
Sit down. Let me introduce the theme song. Kijito cha utakaso ni damu ya Yesu. Bwana anao uwezo kunipa wokovu. Kijito cha utakaso, kijito cha utakaso nizame kuoshwa humo na msifu Bwana, kwa hiyo nimepata utakaso. Growing up in Christ is on one anthem. Baba wetu wa mbinguni, twakuomba ewe Mungu, utujalie neema iliyo ndani ya Kristo. Tusimame tusitingizwe na maovu ya dunia. Wewe mwamba wetu imara, ngome yetu ya karibu, na misingi ya dunia ijapotingizwa, tuwe kwako imara kila saa. Growing up in Christ is on one pledge. I pledge my loyalty to the Church of Winners Embassy, where my faith and potential was first discovered and nurtured, to obey and walk in the doctrine of the Church, to love and serve the Lord with all my heart and soul, to constantly walk with God without a break, as it was with the case of Enoch, who walked with God until he was no more. And above all, to get deeper understanding and revelation of the teachings of growing in Christ is on one. Genesis 5:24, and Enoch walked with God until he was no more, for God took him. So may the Lord help. My preaching today is conquering fear to fulfill your destiny. Let's go to the book of 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. Come and read for us.
Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, and I read verse 7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline.
Another one. Psalms 56:11.
Psalm 56 verse 11. I And I read, In God I trust and am not afraid. What can man do to me?
And another one. Psalms 56 verse 4.
Psalm 56 verse 4. In God, whose word I praise, in God I trust and am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me?
Tell your neighbor, fear is not our portion. What is fear? Fear is a pleasant feeling triggered by the perception of real danger or imagined. What is destiny? The event or something that is to happen to a particular person in future. Before we go to any further, I just want you to know that fear is not from God. All of us, at one point, we feared. Some of us fear things like accidents, snakes, and the others. And the main of all, some Christians fear the devil. Anytime you are fearful, just know it is not God, for He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound. You cannot be who you are when you are walking in fear. You cannot fulfill your purpose or destiny when you are walking in fear. You cannot preach the gospel of Christ and win souls when you are not bold or unapologetic about Christ. Years will come to pass by, and you will be saying, when I was young, I dreamed of doing a certain thing, but with fear, I didn't do it. Say, I refuse to walk in fear. People who conquered fear. The 3 Hebrew men. Daniel 3:13.
Daniel chapter 3 verse 30. And I read, Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Have you ever known that fear holds back your blessing? Like the 3 Hebrew men, the time that they didn't bow to the statue is the time they were promoted to a higher level. King David, 1 Samuel 17:37.
First Samuel chapter 17 verse 37. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of the Philistine. Saul said to David, Go, and the Lord be with you.
Mordecai, Esther 3 verse 2.
Esther chapter 3 verse 2. The men of Jericho built the adjoining section and Zaccas son of Hamar built next to them. The fish gate was rebuilt by the sons of Asena.
People who feared. Number 1, Jonah. Jonah 1 verse 1 to 4.
John chapter 1 verse 1 to 4. Jonah. Oh. Jonah chapter 1 verse 1 to 4. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After praying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the road. Verse 4. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to his own God. And they threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship.
Another one. Peter, Matthew 14:22.
Matthew 14:22. Immediately Jesus meant the disciples, get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while the disciples missed the crowd.
God bless you.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Can you appreciate these children? Appreciate them. They are doing good, great work. Appreciate them. Yes, other people are in fear of preaching and these children are doing it. Can you appreciate them? Yes, we thank God. Can you take 1 minute to thank God for them as we are well?